The game of basketball can be about lots of things. It's about coaches and players, and fathers and sons, and picking up teammates when they're down. It's not always about wins and losses. So dance if you must, even though everybody's watching. Because this is the Big West. This week we start with a slate of games on MLK Day, harkening back to the conference's Big Monday era back in the early 90s. We start off in La Jolla Lion Tree Arena, Aggies and the Tritons. First half, 4-point game. Francis Wakoria finds the cutter Bryce Pope. The Tritons got something going. Later, the make by Wakoria. It's Rockamore stealing the inbound, laying it up and in, 2 of his 12. Clock dwindling at the end of the first half. Roddy Anderson III with 2 of his 18. 7 of 9 shooting for him. UC San Diego leads by 7 at the break. Second half, Elijah Pepper down the lane using the right hand. Aggies up 4. Christian Anigwe down low looking very Chris Webber-like. 17 points for Anigwe to go with 8 rebounds. Anigwe again, this time finds T.Y. Johnson to the rim. Johnson with 17 and UC Davis up by a dozen. Pepper again for the Aggies. He ends up with 20 to go with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. UC Davis by 9. But Rockamore with the 3 for UC San Diego keeps them in striking distance. Waning seconds, Anderson to the bucket, wants the foul, but that's as close as UC San Diego gets. Aggies close it out, picking up the road win in America's finest city. Let's head to historic Titan Gymnasium for CSU Bakersfield and Cal State Fullerton. Victor Panov with the feed to Garrison Wade. From Russia with love for the 3. Next up, Wade again. 3 if by air, but 2 if by dunk. 11 on the night for Wade. Titans lead by 8 at the break. Second half, Antavion Collum takes it himself. Spins down through the cylinder. He's trying to keep the runners in it, but the barrage soon begins. Torrey San Antonio for 2 of his 13. Then Latrell Reitzel Jr. pulls up for 3 of his 18 in transition. He also had 7 steals and 4 assists. Deshaun Eaton gets into the act with the 3 from the left wing. He had 13 on 5 of 8 shooting. Max Jones with the tip here. 13 points, 4 assists for Jones on a night where Fullerton shot 13 of 31 from three-point range. They finish with a decisive 76-46 win over the Runners. Up next, the Highlanders and Mustangs in the IE. UCR starts the day in first place. Jump to the second half. Mustangs have the lead. Cam Pierce pulls up, pushing it to 5 with under 3 minutes to play. But on the other way, UCR turns on the Hartwell. Jamal Hartwell with 3, 2-point game. He did it again. Kobe Sanders, other end, hits, keeps Cal Poly up 4. He finishes with 15 and 6 assists. Right back, though, Flynn Cameron to the hoop. Cameron had 15. Riverside sticking around. Hartwell, moments later, fearless. Right at the 7-footer, Brian Penn Johnson ties it up for Riverside. And the crowd knows what's coming. Hartwell again. Riverside rallies back to take the lead. Last chance for Poly. Alamami Karoma drawing the foul underneath. He'd make both free throws. We're going to overtime. Extra period. TJ Taylor stepping up for the Mustangs. 21 for him. Cal Poly keeping it close. Later, tie game. Turn on your Hartwell. The 3 from Jamal, who finished with 23 points. But back comes TJ Taylor for Cal Poly. 1-point game. Flynn Cameron next finds Kyle Owens. Double-double for Owens with 15 and 10. And then Lachlan Olbrich slams the door for Riverside. 2 of his 11 points. the Highlanders would hang on and defeat Cal Poly 83-78 in overtime. We head to the Bren Center for a showdown of traditional four teams. Gauchos taking on the Eaters. Early going, Pierre Crockrell feeds Dawson Baker for the 3. Baker would end up leading Irvine with 17. Later, A.J. Mitchell for the Gauchos, the super sophomore with 14 to go with his 7 assists on the night. DJ Davis back with the floater for Irvine. Davis would finish with 12. Gauchos reach into the matrix. Mr. Anderson, Cole Anderson from the corner, 3 of his 10. And then it's Dean Keeler running the pick and roll, the bucket. He'd finish with 13. Irvine by 3 at the half. Second half, Andre Kelly with the handles and 1. Cal transfer, shot 11 of 14 to lead all scorers with 22 and 11 rebounds for the double-double. Miles Norris, Pac-12 transfer as well, 2 of his 16. He'd also post a double-double with 12 rebounds. Norris steps outside for this 3, pushing the Gaucho lead to 7. But Irvine back within a bucket, and Cole Anderson launches the 3 for the Gauchos of UC Santa Barbara. DJ Davis responding for UC Irvine. Eaters hanging around. Later, Davis again the deep 3 with under a minute to play. 3-point game. But Miles Norris gets the friendly bounce off the heel of the back iron, and it'll be the Gauchos closing it out. They deal UC Irvine their first loss in league play. Both teams sit a half game behind UC Riverside in second place. Last game of the night on MLK Day, Big Monday, Hawaii and CSUN at Simplify Arena. Bows looking to keep pace with Irvine and the Gauchos for second place. Samuta Avea gets off to a fast start. 10 points, 11 rebounds for Avea, the double-double. Noel Coleman with the back cut, and Kamaka Hepa finds him. 14 on the game for Coleman. Things working for Hawaii. Kamaka Hepa looking extremely locked in. Jovan McClanahan down the lane for the reverse. 2 of his 13 in the Bows, led by 18 at the break. Early second half, Kamaka Hepa hits the 3 in transition. Hawaii by 19. They don't look to be slowing up. Couple of minutes later, though, a scrum for a loose ball. Some words exchanged between the teams, and here come the Matadors. Deontay Bostic hits the 3 to make it a 2-point game. Bostic would end up with a game-high 21 on the night, shooting 3 of 4 from distance. Alan Eikens with a chance to tie it, but he would not. Later, De'Aaron Tucker with the and 1. He had 10 points and 8 rebounds on the night for CSUN. He hit the free throw to make it a 1-point game. CSUN with a shot to take the lead. Bostic, though, can't quite get the bounce off the rim. McClanahan drives for Hawaii. He misses, but Bernardo da Silva with the putback. The Brazilian had 11 and 12 for the Bows, the double-double. Marcel Stevens, one last chance for CSUN to tie it, but he misfires to the left, and Iran Ganat and the Bows hang on to win 57-51. Hawaii now at the end of the day, a 3-way tie for second place with Irvine and Santa Barbara. We'll start off Thursday's action on the Central Coast. Cal Poly UC San Diego. TJ Taylor for Cal Poly. The drive and the dunk, he'd end up with 18 points and 7 rebounds. Francis Wakoria down inside for UC San Diego. To the basket, 10 points for Wakoria. Triton's up 4. Roddy Anderson III lines up the 3, and he nails it. 26 for Anderson on 11 for 20 shooting. UC San Diego up 7. They lead by 5 at the half. Second half, Kobe Sanders finds Brantley Stevenson out of the corner. 3 of his 20. Mustangs have the lead. Stevenson back the other way again to extend for the Mustangs at Mott Athletic Center. Wakoria, though, the other way for the dunk. UC San Diego pushes their lead to 6. Bryce Pope for the 3 gives UC San Diego an 8-point advantage. He would also finish with 26. Mustangs pulled to within a point, but it's the Pope of La Jolla Village again, this time on the drive. And the Tritons close it out. Big road win for UC San Diego at Mott. 6 losses in a row for the Mustangs. Gauchos and Matadors at the Thunderdome. Santa Barbara looks to keep pace. Always good to see the students out at UC Santa Barbara. Early going, a block party for the Gauchos. Miles Norris against Deshaun Allen Eikens. And then Morris here again guarding the baseline. KK Tong also getting into the act for Santa Barbara with a swat. 7 blocks on the night for the Gauchos. A.J. Mitchell to the hoop for Santa Barbara with 2 of his 18. He'd shoot 8 of 11 with 6 assists as well. But Deontay Bostic with the defense here for CSUN. 9 points for Bostic on the night to go with his 4 steals. De'Aaron Tucker for the Matadors with the putback. He'd end up with 10 points, and CSUN within 5 at the half. Second half action, Atten Wright measures the mid-range against Mitchell. The Matadors are sticking around. Later, watch the steal by Wright. The three-pointer in transition. CSUN has the lead. Wright would finish with 19 on 8 shots. But here come the Gauchos. They enter the matrix. Mr. Anderson. Cole Anderson from 3 for Santa Barbara. Then again off the feed from Mitchell out of the corner. 11 for Anderson. Gauchos lead by 9. Mitchell finds Norris in the corner for 3 of his 17, doing it on defense in the first half, finding his range in the second. The run out here later, Miles Norris to the bucket with the slick Euro step, put Santa Barbara up 18. They'd close out CSUN, protecting home court. We head now to Walter Pyramid. Titans and the Beach rivalry game. Fullerton playing without Latrell Wrightsell Jr., the Beach without Joe Murray. First half, Jadon Jones to the bucket, 2 of his 13 for the Beach. Later, Lucina Traore with the steal and the dunk, 16 for Traore on the game. Max Jones with the 3 for the Titans, he'd finish with 13. Here's Jalen Harris, late 3 in the first half, 18 for Harris. It's a 3-point game at the break. Second half, Grayson Carper, 3 from the corner. He was 4 of 4 from distance. Gives Fullerton the lead, 12 for Carper. When the ball hits the rim and then he jumps and tips it in, that's Traore. 8 points and 13 rebounds for Abubakar Traore. Later, Marcus Sahonis with the drive for the Beach. 2 of his 17, 5-point lead. Titans, though, hanging around. Carper with the 3 pulls Fullerton to within a bucket. But here's Lucina Traore finishing strong. Double-double, 16 points, 16 rebounds. Long Beach State closes it out at home. In University Credit Union Arena, UC Davis, UC Riverside, Zion Pullen making his return to the court from injury for the Highlanders. Early going, Christian Anigwe on the drive for UC Davis. Game high 22 and 7 rebounds for Anigwe. Lachlan Olbrich in the low post, the freshman with 12 points and 8 rebounds for UC Riverside. Welcome back Zion Pullen. First game back from injury, ended up with 8 points for UC Riverside. Second half, T.Y. Johnson off to Anigwe for the dunk. Davis is up by 4. Still a close game, 6 minutes left. UCR turns to Jamal Hartwell. He pulls up for the 3. He had 14. Flynn Cameron knows it's closing time. The 3 out of the corner. Riverside by 6. 19 to go with 8 rebounds for Cameron. T.Y. Johnson to the hole. The 2 and 1. The free throw pulls the Aggies to within a point of the Highlanders. 13 for Johnson. 30 seconds left. Elijah Pepper down the lane. 2 of his 19, and we're tied. 2 seconds left. Zion Pullen for the Highlanders, and he gives them the lead. Last chance for Davis. Pepper's heave falls short. Riverside wins, and they stay all alone in first place. Showdown of second-place teams at the Bren Center, the Eaters and the Bows. Early going, Pierre Crockrell finds a cutting Dawson Baker, 2 of his 17. Baker also with 10 rebounds for his first career double-double. Baker here again with the hustle play, the save to Akiva McBurney Griffin for the finish, and 1. McBurney Griffin would finish with 11 on the night. Waning moments first half, Noel Coleman finds Kamaka Hepa for the 3, 17 for Hepa, 8-point game at the break. Second half, speaking of Coleman, the steal and the score for him. Hawaii hanging around, Coleman with 13 on the game. The miss out of the corner, second chance opportunity for Irvine. DJ Davis would not miss. 3 of his team high 18. Eater lead swells to 12. Jovan McClanahan doing what he can to keep the Bows alive. Jumper in the lane, 14 points, 4 assists from McClanahan. But DJ Davis understands coffee is for closers. Here he is with the runner and 1. UC Irvine would finish out the Bows. They hold serve at home against Hawaii. Bren Center crowd loving it. We'll start off Saturday's games with the matinee in the IE as Hawaii takes on first place UC Riverside at the SRC Arena, where Mikey McPio reminding you to hydrate. Highlanders without Kyle Owens for this one. Bernardo da Silva gets it going early for Hawaii, taking it to the bucket. The Brazilian would end up with 18 on the game. Zion pulling out of the corner for UC Riverside, looking like he's pretty much back to full strength. Jamal Hartwell off the mark, but Lachlan Olbrich there for the putback. 2 of his 21 for Riverside. Late first half, Jovan McClanahan pulls up for 2 of his team-high 19. The Bows are up 4 at the intermission. Second half, Da Silva cans the jumper here. He had 10 rebounds to go with his 18 points. Bows by 11. The 3 out of the corner off the inbound for Noel Coleman. He'd finish with 10 as the Bows now surging. But Riverside is not going away. Zion Pullen makes it a 6-point game, 2 of his 14 on the and 1. The SRC crowd has some hope. 13 points and 14 rebounds from Flynn Cameron, who gets the offensive board here, making it a 4-point game. And here come the Highlanders. Couple of minutes later, Cameron finds Olbrich down inside. It's a 2-point game. Olbrich 21 and 10 for Riverside. But Iran Ganat draws up the plan, helping the Bows close it out. Hawaii pulls to within a half game of UCR. Gauchos and runners from the Thunderdome. Early going, Antavion Column for CSUB, scoring off the feed from Bino Smith. 10 points for Column. Now Smith himself, the 3 out of the corner, off the dish from Yvonne Reynolds. Reynolds had 7 assists, CSUB up 6. But Santa Barbara finding its stride. Cole Anderson with the hot hand. From the wing with the 3, he'd end up with 11 points. Late first half, Reynolds finds Kasim Watson. Watson with 2 of his 10. CSUB still within striking distance. But Santa Barbara gets to work. Here's Wishart to the trailer. Miles Norris can't finish but converts on the tip. Gauchos lead by 15 at the half. Early second half, big jam for Norris. Off the feed from Josh Pierre-Louis, Miles ends up with 24 on 10 of 13 shooting, to the delight of the Thunderdome faithful. Bino Smith looking to muster some resistance for CSUB. He led all scorers with 27, but this was to be the Gauchos' night. Norris again, this time from 3. Santa Barbara with the 76-58 win. Let's now head to the Valley for Cal State Fullerton and CSUN. Matadors looking for their first league win. Deshaun Allen Eikens gets them going fast. He'll hit his first 3 from beyond the arc. Attenwright with the steal for CSUN. Garrison Wade with the block, but Deontay Bostic on the follow. 8.6 assists for Bostic. Titans without Latrell Wrightsell Jr., but like Edie Amin before him, Jalen Harris at the scene of the caper. Fullerton by 4 at the half. Second half, Vincent Lee, 2 of his 10 off the feed from Max Jones. And the foul, Titans by 6. Allen Eikens pulls CSUN to within a bucket, tying his career high with 22. Chance to win it in regulation for CSUN, but Attenwright just a little off on the pass. He's hurting, but his teammates there to pick him up. Good thing they did. Right here, runs down the loose ball and then cans the 3. He'd finish with 18 on the game. Titans, though, not going away. Max Jones makes it a 2-point game here with 3 of his 18. Finally, setting the stage, Jalen Harris would finish with 17, but he can't connect here. Matadors hang on, secure their first win in Big West Conference play. Next stop, University Credit Union Arena for Cal Poly and UC Davis. Mustangs hot from the floor early. Alamami Karoma, 3 of his 14. 10-point lead for Cal Poly early. Chance Hunter takes his shot from deep. Hunter would finish with 10 points on the night. The Mustangs threatening to run away with this one. Davis, though, signs of life. Robbie Beasley can't connect, but Ade Adebayo down underneath. 2 of his 11. He was 5 of 5 from the floor on the night. Offensive rebounding activated here for Cal Poly. They find Brantley Stevenson out of the corner for 3 of his 14 points. He also had 6 rebounds. Mustangs by 9 at the break. Second half, more Stevenson. Nice little step back move here, extending the Cal Poly lead. In fact, the Mustangs lead by 13 with under 5 to play. Stevenson cans this one from the free throw line. But then the Aggies shift into gear. Beasley from 3, 13 for him on the night. He was 3 of 6 from long distance. It's Elijah Pepper's Aggies Hoops Club band. Length of the floor, kiss off the glass. He thought it was a foul. No matter, 6-point game, 14 and 8 for Pepper. T.Y. Johnson, the strip. Length of the floor, For the score, game high 24 for Johnson, 4 Aggies in double figures. It's a 4-point game. 2 minutes to play, Johnson with another run out. He can't finish, but Christian Anigwe sure can. His only bucket of the game. We'll let Scotty Marsh take you the rest of the way.
Dribble.
T.Y. into the lane, goes up, off glass, got it! 8.7 to go. The Mustangs don't have a timeout. Sanders, front court, going all the way inside. Shot blocked by Anigwe. Putback doesn't go. Third opportunity, goal! And the Aggies win it! The Aggies have come back on a 15-0 run and win it at University Credit Union Center, 65-63. Nobody can believe it here.
We wrap up with the game of the night from Lion Tree Arena, Long Beach State, UC San Diego. The Beach missing Jadon Jones, Chase Polonese, and Joel Murray. First half of Abubakar Traore to the baseline, 13 and 19 on the night for Traore. Later, Marcus Sahonis in the paint, the Beach up by 5 early. Kozakowski out of the corner for the Tritons, finishing with 15, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Roddy Anderson with the miss on the free throw, but follows the shot, pulling UC San Diego to within 4. He'd end up with 28. Beach would be up 5 at the half. Second half, Lucina Traore with the outlet. Tone Hunter in transition. Hunter with 18 on the evening. Beach lead now 10. But Francis Wakoria answers back for UC San Diego. Big night for Wakoria, 26 points, 14 rebounds. He went 8 of 11 from the floor. Lucina Traore on the offensive glass, putting it up and in. 14 points, 19 rebounds. Beach back up 11. UC San Diego chipping away at the lead. Bryce Pope off the dribble in the lane. 21 for Pope, and it's a 3-point game. Waning moments of regulation. Wakoria with the rebound on the putback. No good, but draws the foul. He would make both free throws. We're going to overtime. First OT, Roddy Anderson III on the breakaway with the slam dunk. 28 points to go with 7 assists and 5 rebounds for Anderson. Pope, again, late in the period, using the dribble to get to the bucket. 3-point lead for the Tritons. But back the other way, Marcus Sahonis for the Beach, the 3 for the tie. Game high 46 for Sahonis. Pope with a chance at the buzzer for the win, but we're going to double overtime. End of second OT. This time it's Tone Hunter for the Beach looking for the win, and we're going to triple overtime. The Beach down 2. Tone missing the free throw. A.J. George, though, there for the putback. He ties it up, and then the steal from Maddox Munson, the coach's son, to George for the go-ahead score. Great win for the Beach, and a nice moment here between Maddox Munson and Long Beach State assistant coach Mikey Scholl.
That's all for now, folks. See you next week on This is the Big West.